Let's keep rolling right along now. So that was Brazil and Spain. Who's next? India's India's next. Okay. Well, I was streaming someplace and someone said, "Hey, how about doing India?" I said, "Sure, I'll do India for you." So here we go. Ignore the fact that this says Spain. Let's just make sure that it is pulling down the right data. Okay, good. So at some point we need to change this number. So let's take a look at the vaccine data for 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 India. Okay. So what you can see is that India has administered 1.5 billion doses. Total vaccination doses 1.5 billion. Am I reading that number right? Currently, what 731.8 million have received the first dosage, while 326.6 million have received the full treatment. And what this means is that's still only 52.2% of the population received one shot. Goodness gracious! All right, and you can see this here. You can see that. Did I read that right? 52.5% of the population have received the single treat, the first dose, the only dose, and 23.4% have been fully vaccinated in India. Over here now, make sure all this is okay. Interesting enough, a lot of this code was actually written after I learned some tidyverse. I just didn't want to change the code because if you look down through here, what we do is we use our SQL library to pull in the data from our data. Okay, all my COVID-19 data is stored in an SQLite database. Okay, so this is just just use the R SQLite library. Okay, to uh, to connect to the database, which is called OWID for Our World in Data. Then we use a subset. Of course, subset's a base R command, but it still works, right? So we could of course use filter. Did I load tidyverse up here? Oh, you know what's interesting up here? You notice that no tidyverse is I'm not using tidyverse. And what I did was I actually wrote this code after I learned tidyverse. I just thought I want to go back and see what I can do with base R. Okay, which is why you see subset not filter. So this is nothing new. A couple sums. So what this tells us here is what? So what you can see here currently, India has 34.7 million cases, 458,186 deaths. Now let's go calculate a couple moving averages. I'm not sure if that data is actually right or not, but it's going far up there anyway. Okay. Now cases and deaths by year. Again, I just use liberal date to pull out the year. Then it's just a straight plot. Convert year to factor, and then it's just a straight XY plot with it's just a straight bar plot using the geom call function. So so this doesn't look good. I mean, you look at this and you say, "Holy crap! What is going on with India?" They've more than doubled their number of cases so far this year. 2020 cases doubles to 2020 cases. As always, you got to be careful not to overreact to yearly numbers. Okay, so you can see here again that their deaths are very close to doubling the COVID-19 deaths for 2020. So let's just take a look at daily cases. Okay. So come back over here, we look at cases, okay? Let's just zoom in here. You see, India basically had one big spike at about April the 6th for 414,188 cases for a single day. But then their numbers just kind of fell off the edge of the table. So now their numbers, as of October 30, their numbers have fallen to 12,830 cases per day, with a daily average of 147,000. Hmm, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, because it's got to be lower than. I'm not sure about that number. That number doesn't look right to me. But anyway, so what I did instead of using tidyverse, I found a function online to how to create monthly and weekly and monthly numbers. Okay, date date string. Okay. Then I just used the aggregate function again, a base R function to actually calculate the number. So I just took I use so you got the variable you want to be calculated on. So it's new cases. This represents the weekly dates, the data frame, and the sum functions. Okay. So now let's take a look over here. Now we can take a look at COVID-19 cases by week in India. Again, a single spike with a very long declining pattern. Uh, a very long declining pattern over here. So is anybody else online now? No. Oh, there she go. Often Steps is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rearrange my actual my actual streaming schedule to make sure so that way I can fit in some other people's. That way I can fit in some other people's streams in my daily activities. But nonetheless, very long declining pattern all the way up till today for COVID-19 cases. Uh, COVID-19 weekly COVID-19 cases in India. What about deaths? Well, again, a single long declining pattern, very almost up until at least September, if not October here. Slight spike there. That could just be a hiccup. All right. What about monthly cases? Well, again, I use the aggregate function. This is longer object length is not a multiple of shorter. Wonder what that means. If you understand what that says up here, I'm not quite sure. It could be saying that that the number of rows that contain cases isn't the same as the number of dates, the monthly dates. That could be what that means. Okay. So now let's take a look over here at. So see what you can see here. The code I'm using is very simple code. Very simple code, but it's a type of things you do over. In data analytics we do over and over and over again. Download some data, clean some data, summarize some data, visualize some data. Okay, these are. I describe these things as like the 80% of the job. What I do. Okay. Of course, as you always say, it takes you 20% of the time to do 80% of the work, and 80% of the time to do the 20%, the other 20%, right? Yeah. But nonetheless, basic XY plots. Basic ggplots. So anyway, again, you can see look at this huge drop in deaths in cases uh, for monthly cases for India. And then now for 6 months in a row now, right? 5 months in a row now, COVID-19 cases are going to decline in India. And what about deaths? Well, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's eking up. Oh man, 1, 4. Well, 4 months in a row, India had declining COVID-19 deaths, and they had a little bit of a hiccup here on October, but not a major number. Okay. All right. So did I remember to turn on the? I did. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go ahead. Upload this data to. What's kind of okay? In order to get the report to knit and produce an HTML file, what you have to do is you actually have to run the knit command. So you can't actually create an HTML document, I don't think, by just running individual chunks. Hey, Jacob B. subscribed to me on YouTube. The other thing that's kind of curious about it, I keep getting these subscribers on YouTube. On YouTube. Oh, by the way, my YouTube channel is Caribou Data Science Channel. If you do the exclamation point social or socials, you'll see a link to both my Caribou Data Science channel and I'm not sure maybe my Twitter channel. Oh, it is Blue Punk. Oh, very nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much for the subscribe on YouTube. Right. And like I say, I have lots and lots of our videos, tutorial videos out there on the Caribou Data Science channel. And what it is, I'm actually doing. I'm actually, I'm streaming on Twitch and I'm recording individual videos for the countries to post to the YouTube channel later on today. So let's try this then. Okay. So now let me turn that off. Hopefully this is working now. Okay, good. Yeah,